Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. Boys, that was an absolute snooze fest. I mean, I'm gonna summarize it the way I always see this. I think Oli and Pep are huge frauds as managers, and I think they're both awful. I'll be honest with you. I think Pep is the biggest fraud out of everyone. I think, yeah, City were bad, United were bad, you know, it just seems like this is what United is. Just scrape a draw. Don't even bother for the win. They looked happy with the draw. City looked happy with the draw. It was, for me personally, it was a shit show, and I'm not really happy with that result. I mean, you can't really complain about the actual point we got, but other than that, awful way. So yeah, let's get straight into it. But before we get into it, if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing, smashing a like, and comment down below all your thoughts and things in general as the show goes along. But yeah, gentlemen, please. Let's get your initial thoughts of City vs United, starting with Malota.
Okay, first I'm gonna start by saying that frauds don't win two Champions League titles. Just putting that out there. But anyway, we move. Yeah, that's more or less what I expected, to be honest. I expected a snooze fest. I expected to be very dull, very cagey, because both teams aren't performing right now. But I was surprised at the approach that City took, to be honest. And Clayton touched on it. I completely disagreed, but they did do that. I think they were very careful defensively. They respected us on the counter, and rightfully so, because they've struggled to it in the past. And they played with two really good CDMs, I think, and it nullified Bruno Fernandes, and Clayton had touched on, and they were just very defensive. It was so unlike Man City, And yeah, besides that, going forward, they are not the same team they used to be. Like, they pass it around, they do these fancy triangles, but it just doesn't end. And there's no end product, There's no spark to it, and they didn't create much chances because of that, which is a weird thing for Manchester City. There was parts where they hold the ball for a long time, but it just wouldn't end anything really. With United, the one thing I was happy about is that we didn't play the five, because I thought that would have been a disaster. I think we don't have the players to play the five right now, so the four and the formation in general, I was okay with the team, to be honest. The only problem was that Donny didn't play, but that ship has sailed. We know that he loves McTominay. So that was the only thing I was happy about. Besides that, our football was crap. it was mediocre at best, really. Like, we're very happy to play in the counter, very happy to sit back and say, you come, because we're not some team with an illustrious history who's going to go at you. No, we're not that. We're okay to sit back and let you show that you're the bigger team, and we're going to play like some scared small team. And that's what happened today. And it was really disappointing. I think at times in the first half, it looked like we're putting something together, but it was never really an end product, And as the game went on, I feel like we started to sink even deeper.
Yeah.
Man City, I think they would have smashed us in the second half, to be honest, because we just sunk and we're playing very defensive. We couldn't get out. It couldn't get to Bruno Fernandes. It was just horrible, crap football. So, yeah, boring game. I think it says a lot about where the two teams are. I think it's more damning for us because I feel like we know what Manchester City can do. I feel like they're just in a bad spell, and you can kind of predict that Pep's going to get them out of this rut eventually, or they'll get a manager who can. With us, it just seems like we just keep going back to this. We take a few steps forward, but then we just keep going back, and yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, Clay, what are your initial thoughts?
Uh, Not too much different from Malta. Just City overcomplicated things, to put it shortly. They wanted to take too many touches in the box whenever they went through. They would rather try a fancy dribble versus a straight through ball. It just felt like they were confused on what they wanted to do during the attack, and they didn't want to play that simple ball through. So you would see Sterling trying to beat three men versus him trying to look for the pass to Jesus. You see Jesus
Mm.
break through, take three touches, turn, suddenly four people are back in the box.
Yeah.
It was a mess. Even in the first half with Mahrez's opportunity, if he hits that first time, there's a good chance that's on target, there's a good chance it's a goal. But he takes an extra 3-4 touches and moves the ball to a position where it's just blocked.
Yeah.
And that was the story of Man City. They just took too many touches with the opportunities. And then, like I said, they just marked Bruno out the game, played Fernandinho and Rodri. They looked very comfortable. The back, there were some mistakes that we should have exposed, and we just couldn't. And it was just not good enough from either side today. It was very poor showing. A draw was very well deserved. It was a terrible showing of both these sides, where it should be a clash of titans.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is this game basically sums up why I don't like watching Man City. I mean, even when they do smash teams and play teams off the park, I mean, the football is just, I don't know. For me, it's better than what we play, but it's just so.
I don't know. I
boring,
feel like
so
when they have
boring.
the confidence and they're in a good space, it looks really amazing. I think the nice passes they make, they're like Arsenal were famous for that. I mean, you can't say Arsenal is boring. And I think they do the same thing. These really intricate moves that when you see them, like, oh my gosh, this team is just on the next level. And when they do play at a high level, they press really high as well. But when it doesn't work, which was a problem with Barcelona a lot when they were form, it becomes overplay, you know? They pass
Today,
way too
today it
much.
wasn't City's best. They were,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
were.
I think
It wasn't bad.
they're very far from it. This whole season and most of last season, they haven't been the team they mostly were in 2018. So, yeah, I think this result says a lot about where the two teams are.
Yeah, and one thing I'm gonna touch on before we get on the player ratings is that the draw is definitely Ollie's definitely gonna be happy with that,
Worst
and it's
results.
not and there's no reason to sack Ollie. I told you guys, I don't like relying on Pep to beat United to freaking to get all out. There's no ways because I know how Pep is and I know how Ollie is. I could read this game from a mile away. It's just I'm very bored of it, to be honest with you. It was a very boring game. There's not really much to speak about. Not even clear-cut chances from us. Few clear-cut chances from them, but we'll get there. But yeah, a very lackluster game for Manchester Derby. I mean, this just shows why there was no real hype really around it as well. So yeah. But anyways, we
I
get
guess
yeah.
the board. Sorry, before we move on, I guess the board is looking at the league now.
Yeah. You have to.
League logical
You
explanation.
literally have to. Yeah.
But,
We can't
like,
do anything else.
if he performs in the league, I guess we'll keep him. But yeah, I guess everybody knows how we feel. He should be gone.
Yeah.
And the only way he redeems himself, in my opinion, is if he wins the Premier League title, which won't happen.
Yeah.
The Carabao Cup won't. Carabao Cup won't cut it. FA Cup won't cut it. Europa League definitely won't cut it. So
Yeah, but boys, the show must go on. I don't even want to talk about Ollie out. I want to talk about this boring game because honestly, there's not really much to talk about. So we'll start with the player ratings. As you guys can see there, I'll explain which numbers I were because I understand that the board looks a bit messy at the moment. But yeah, David De Gea, I thought he was average. I didn't really think he had to do something ridiculous. I think he made one good save, but other than that, an average performance for me. He did keep a clean sheet, but honestly, yeah, I mean it's not a clean sheet that I would be proud of, to be honest. So yeah, I just gave him average 6.
and yeah, he kept the clean sheet, and that save was important. Without the save, they were, other keepers would have conceded there. So that's his thing. He's really good reflexes, acrobatics. So yeah, no, we have to give that to him. So I'm gonna give him a 6.5.
Yeah, he kept the clean sheet. There's not much to say, so a 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, Dean Anderson could have played today, so it was an expected performance, should I say, from David De Gea, and it is what it is. Aaron Wan-Bissaka today, up against his favorite, play toy, Raheem Sterling. I mean, you just can't get past Sterling. Just can't get past this guy. He put him on his backside once, and that was it. That was his chance. And after that, it was curtains. I can't remember anyone really beating Aaron. I thought today he stuck wide. I think that was part of the game plan because we played such an narrow formation. Fullbacks and the strikers needed to be so wide. So, yeah, I gave Aaron Wan-Bissaka a 7 because I thought he was tidy. His tackling is what it was. And yeah, just generally pocket Sterling, which I actually rate. I know you guys don't rate Sterling, but I rate, to keep Sterling quiet is not as an easy job as it looks. So, yeah, 7 for me.
Sterling just can't play against United, really. It's weird. It's weird.
Sterling's never been able to score against United in his entire career.
It's
Exactly.
insane. And he's played a couple of times against us.
A couple
But yeah.
lightly votes.
Yeah. But there was that one chance where they played the 1-2 De Bruyne, where he got the better of, as you said, a Wan-Bissaka. But besides that, I don't think it was the Wan-Bissaka masterclass where he's consistent from get-go. But it was one of his better games this season. And he did make some crucial tackles. So I'm I'm gonna agree with the 7. Yeah.
I agree. I just think a lot of the closing down of Sterling wasn't entirely just Wan-Bissaka today. I think it was a lot of Lindelof as well. Wan-Bissaka was very high at stages, which we definitely want to see more of, and Lindelof covered quite a lot, and he did just fine. But if Sterling got through past Lindelof, and then we see him halfway up the field, I think we're gonna say there's issues. So I don't quite know if it was one of his better games, but he did make crucial tackles and interceptions when he was needed and when he was in the correct position. And I do like that he was wider compared to holding Lindelof's hand. It was a big difference from what we saw. So definitely think positives. So I will go a little bit lower, 6.5.
Yeah. And speaking of Lindelof, I must applaud Lindelof today. Honestly, I was very happy with Lindelof. Like Clayton said, he covered up for Wan-Bissaka when Wan-Bissaka wasn't there. I thought his passing, he puts Maguire to shame. Like, Maguire just needs to get out of Manchester Lindelof is everything Maguire wished he was. The passing today was great. Defensively, unstoppable. So, I'm giving Victor a 7. I thought he was solidly and defensively solid. Sorry, that's what I meant. Defensively solid. 7 out of 10.
Oh, you don't like my centre back ratings. Yeah, no, I didn't see anything amazing, to be honest. But then, as Marcus has said time and time again, when we don't notice Lindelof, he's doing really well. So I think it was one of those games, and I think there was some tackles here and there, and we kept the clean sheet. And I think he played a crucial part, but I didn't think it was anything amazing, to be honest. So I think Wan-Bissaka was better, and I gave Wan-Bissaka a 7. So I'm gonna give Lindelof a 6.5.
Okay. It's not so much difference, but yeah.
I think that Lindelof was fantastic today. I think both our centre backs were actually really good. To touch on it a little bit, I think they had really good games for the first time in a long time, the two of them. And I just love Lindelof's range of passing. We saw that ball go straight to Bruno, just couldn't quite hit it right. Things like that Maguire tries 24/7, and we never see anything close to that come out of it. Love to see it from Lindelof.
The corners today, actually, also.
Yeah.
He was way better on the corners than Maguire was today.
Yeah, that too. It's just, I think Lindelof's the better centre back. We've definitely come to learn that. And at this point, I saw him pocket Sterling really hard. He just couldn't get past Sterling. I mean, Sterling couldn't get past him, sorry. And it was just fantastic for me. I think he gets 7.5 for me.
Interesting. I think that's fair, I literally forgot about how good he was in the corners today. A few times he was at the front post, free, timed his run well, and put it into a danger area, And when it seems like there's, you can see what he was doing with the header, whereas when Maguire hits the ball from a corner, it's just like hope, just hit it in the air and just see where it goes, But yeah, actually speaking of Maguire, I give Maguire a 6 because, like I said, I always see him as the captain of Manchester United. Defensively, he was very good today. He was very good. Yeah. Nothing really came past him. He won the headers. That long diagonal passing of his one came off. The others, I don't know. Too much side to side from Maguire. There's no initiative to take it to City. I didn't see Maguire. Where was Maguire as the captain of United saying, let's go get that win, driving this team forward? I don't see any of that. But defensively, he did his job. And another day Maguire gets a 7. But as captain of Manchester United, that was not good enough. So you get a -1, just because you're the captain of Manchester United. So I gave you an average 6, It is what it is, fam. You want to be captain. There was no captain performance today, so.
No.
It might be harsh, but,
I don't think having out is really his job, to be honest, I think, especially when you've been given a game plan to be defensive. So I'm not going to penalize him for that. And I'm going to judge him on Maguire's standards. I'm not going to judge him on his standards. And for his standards, this is the best game he's played in a very, very long time. I thought he was really great. I think in a positional sense, he was really good. He made some crucial tackles. Obviously won everything in the air. And he did make some mistakes. Of course, it's Harry Maguire. The long ball that you guys don't like, it didn't come out a lot.
I hate that long ball.
Some rash tackles here and there. So I'm actually going to give him a 7.5.
Okay. Clay, what do you rate Maguire?
Yeah, I definitely think we should be aiming to Maguire stands a little more than the standards of captain of Manchester United. As much as I think he had a good game. It's hard to just mark him down only because of him not being for him being captain. Sorry, I, I just think he did have a good game overall. So a little bit less than Lindelof. So, and if we're being a bit harsh as well, just for your captainage point of view, Shawnee, I think a 6.5 to a 7 is where he
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the same. Maguire was very good today. But again, I'm pissed off. I won't lie to you. I'm pissed off. I'm tired of these centre backs. I really don't like Maguire. I have a Maguire agenda. I
Yeah.
won't lie to you. I do. But yeah, and all of a sudden, one game he turns up for is when people's jobs are on the line, Doesn't surprise me. In fact,
Imagine.
and that's why I couldn't be asked about it, Do it like 10 games in a row and then let's talk, But for now,
Yeah,
you can get lost, Just like along with lots of these players. I don't really care.
Someone just turns up when he feels like it.
Exactly.
Like, who's this guy?
Exactly, that's the thing. I'll tell you what, boys, who turns up every time though, as long as with Bruno Fernandes? My boy Luke Shaw. My boy Luke Shaw had Mahrez on toast, had Torres on toast. Offensively dangerous. His corners, great. Freaking offensively, he was very, very good. And you know what? Alex Telles, my boy, you are nowhere near the level of Luke Shaw. Nowhere near. Even offensively, I don't rate it that much. I seen Luke Shaw today offensively, and he put you to shame. He put you to shame today. Luke Shaw, he was my man of the match, clear. Defensively, like I said, pocketed Torres, pocketed Mahrez. Offensively, amazing. The corners, these corners look more, whoopage, more like, what can I say? I don't know the word. That end product, it looks a little bit more sharper than Tellers, And that's why I think, Tellers, you got your work cut out for you, my boy. I know that lots of the fan base loves you. Lots of the fan base hates Luke Shaw. But Luke Shaw shut you guys up today, that's for sure. I don't understand how you can have a Luke Shaw agenda. I don't understand it. This man is a brilliant left back. And he just showed why, when we did our combined 11, why we putting Luke Shaw in the team. He played the whole game. 2 wingers were brought on. 2 quality wingers. And they both got pocketed. And it's not the first time he's done this to City. He's done this every single time we've played City. Defensively, Telles can't touch him. Offensively, Luke Shaw, you might not think he's as good as Telles, but he looks like it. He looks like it. So, yeah, my man of the match, easy. And I gave Luke Shaw an 8.
Yeah, I know. Like, there's the massive Luke Shaw thing. Like, I've seen so many channels, so many videos where, like, United have a fullback problem, especially on Luke Shaw's side. But, like, I might be making an outrageous statement now, but I think Luke Shaw is the best defensive player at this club. Like, Wan-Bissaka is actually, but he's not consistent. Luke Shaw is consistent. Yeah, maybe when he gets an injury, he might take a few games to get back on form, but then overall, I think he's a very consistent player. And the only problem with Luke Shaw is maybe injuries. But yeah, no, today, defensively again, and positional sense, Wan-Bissaka, I feel like sometimes with his positioning, and as you guys have said, Ole plays a big part in that, but he'll kind of make his own problems. Luke Shaw, he's very good in a positional sense, where the problems don't even appear because he took care of them by being very good positioning. So I think he's a really good player. It's a shame that it's a shame that this is biased towards attacking fullbacks. Like, you're a defender, Like, I feel like go back 10 or 20 years, this would be a madness,
I think Luke Shaw is arguably one of the best, complete fullbacks in the league.
Yeah, like, I feel like if you go back in 10 years ago, your first job is to defend. You take care of that. Who was it again? It was a former Arsenal player, and he was talking about Lee Dixon. And he was saying that Lee Dixon was, when he came to Arsenal, he was very good going forward. But defensively, he was a bit suspect, which is insane because Lee Dixon is seen as probably one of the best defensive fullbacks. So they used to tell him, defending is your job. Start with that. Forget about the attacking things. You do that after. And I feel like that's lost in football nowadays. If you can attack as a fullback, it seems like you're a good fullback. But like, you defend at the end. I just think it's insane. So yeah, a really good game. I think I'm gonna give him a 7.5 pass.
You're a man of the match, or?
Insanely enough, Tarek Maguire. Yeah, I don't think I have man of the match.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, Luke Shaw, just fantastic performance tonight. Nothing shy of it. So, yeah. You guys, you said it all. What do you want me to say? He's a fantastic wingback. He's fantastic defensively. What do you want me to say? He had a great game. Everything, him going on corners was a great
It is
decision.
actually, yeah, it's a pretty good idea. Actually, I didn't, yeah.
It only took Ollie 2 years to realize Luke Shaw could take a corner, but it's
Only,
fine.
yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll keep the agenda until Ollie's rating comes. But yeah, Shaw had a fantastic game. Those crosses were fantastic. Him going forward's always good. Defensively, he was great. There were very, very little times where anybody even got a little bit of space. He was fantastic. 9 out of 10, my man of the match.
Yeah, I can't complain. I wanted to give him a 9 out of 10 even. I wanted
Clearly, I'm the wrong one here.
But I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
just
that
too
Luke
harsh.
Shaw game today was it was almost
Yeah, it was
perfect.
great.
It was almost perfect.
I find it difficult to give man of the match in this type.
Yeah, that's fair enough as well.
Like,
But in games
I
like
feel
this,
like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, to a certain extent, I judge them all on the team's performance.
yeah, but I think in a game where everything's so stale and you can really pick out someone as an outstanding performance, I see no reason why not to give it.
Yeah, why not give Luke Shaw? Yeah.
If everybody was bang average, then yeah, makes sense. If Shaw had a meh
Yeah.
game, if Morris dribbled past him every other time he went, then yeah, sure, I would agree with you. Then I probably wouldn't give him man of the match either. But in a game where Luke Shaw actually stood out to everybody watching this game, I think that says enough and deserves a man of the match.
No, yeah, he was everywhere today. Luke Shaw today was everywhere. And yeah, like I said, I understand the tennis love, boys. I really do. But he's no Luke Shaw, sadly. He's not this left back you guys thought he was, And I'm not saying he can't be, there's still time. But Luke Shaw's number one.
I'd argue Luke Shaw is one of the top 3 left backs in the league team.
I'd probably back it, to be honest with him. I would back it. As long as he stays fit, this man he's very consistent, he's very good. So yeah. Hey, this one's a weird one, boys. Because Scott McTominay, I think for 20 minutes in the second half, was absolutely great. But before that, and then after that, Lodi. It's the same thing with McTominay. Honestly, what does this guy do besides run up and down and pass side to side? What else does he do? I don't know. So I'm not going to waste time with McTominay. He's robbing Donny van de Beek's game time. It's daylight robbery. I'd be fuming if I was Donny van de Beek. I hate that he's playing. I hate that Pogba, Matic, and Scott are over Donny van de Beek. It's sackable alone. But yeah, Scott McTominay, I'm just going to give him an average 6, really. I mean, what? He really didn't do anything.
Donny didn't even play today, right? If I'm not
Yeah, he
mistaken.
didn't even play. Yeah.
We'll get to that on Ollie. Don't you worry.
We'll
I'm
get there,
ready.
Donny. I'm also ready.
I'm ready.
Like, sometimes I think Ollie is literally retarded, to be honest.
I told you.
Honestly.
How long have I been saying this for?
Let's get Scott done. Let's move to Ollie quickly.
Yeah, just get started, Scott, then you'll get to it. Yeah.
I think Jim Beglin put it properly. He's disruptive. And that's his best characteristic, Especially in the game like this, he's very passionate. He'll make those tackles. He'll be aggressive. But besides that, I think he did jack shit, to be honest. He did nothing, in my opinion. So I'm going to give him a 5. I thought it was just a normal Scott performance.
No.
So, yeah.
Boys, you guys missed something today.
I told you for 20 minutes. That was it, and then it was over.
I even said this in the group. This is Scott's best game of the season.
Yeah, and I
so-
said I agree with you. 6.
No, Scott looked fantastic. The man was
No.
making tackles left, right, and center. He was driving at people. He was shutting down
Nah.
Sterling. He was shutting down Jesus. He
I
was shutting
didn't
down
see
Morris.
I did not see
This man
this.
was everywhere across the back line, helping out wherever he could. He always drove forward. This man was a passion merchant for 90 minutes, and it showed. I'm not going to give him a 9 or something ridiculous, but you guys are disrespecting him with a 5.
I didn't give him a 5. 6.
Um,
It's average.
I gave him a 5. I didn't see it.
No,
Actually, I
Scott had
saw
a good
more
game.
of it.
Yeah.
I saw more of it against what's it called against Leipzig, to be honest. I saw more of it driving against Leipzig. Today, I just saw a passionate Manchester United fan. Besides that, nah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Scott
I'm
gets
sorry.
a 6.5, boys. Come on.
Yeah, I see. I gave him a 6. No, I don't give half such a. I don't give half such a. I'm sorry.
Hey, please. 5.
Yeah. I mean, guys, it's Scott McTominay. If you from Manchester and you love Scott McTominay, I mean, it is what it is. I apologize, but he's not a United player. He's literally, you put me in midfield, I'll do the same thing. I'll do the same thing. I'll run my socks off. I'll go into tackles. I'll push Mahrez into the boards. I'll do all the things, Doesn't make me a great footballer, sadly.
English-
So, yeah. He's
English
English,
pundits
Scott,
have been
well, actually
pleading for that
Scottish.
comment.
Yeah, so when you set up, it is what it is. Oh, here we go, boys. I'm gonna make this one quick because I know you guys are gonna go off on one. Paul Pogba. I thought it wasn't the it wasn't the best Paul Pogba, but again, I love Paul Pogba. I think he's absolutely quality. Wasn't his best of games today. I thought he was literally just average. The passing was okay. I would have brought him off at like 60 minutes for Donny, but actually, if it was up to me, I wouldn't have played him in the first place because how Oli is playing Pogba over Donny. I mean, I can understand Scott even now but after what Pogba said, and you still don't play Donny van de Beek, who's been so
Dude,
respectful.
who's better at the moment?
He's the second best midfielder we have, and he's the last choice midfielder in Ollie's mind. Says it all. But yeah, Paul Pogba, I'm just gonna average 6. Okay, you guys go ahead. I give it to you, Chris. I give it to you.
I think today Pogba had a bad case of the Nicholas Pepe fever. No end product, to be honest. There was none of it. I think he'd get on the ball, great, but it doesn't really count much if you don't do anything with it. I saw some skills here and there, and he there was the effort, but I don't think it was enough. And which is weird because I think offensively Pogba's usually a really good player, but clearly he can be inconsistent there as well. So a theme with Paul Pogba's career at Manchester United is just inconsistency, which is not a nice brand. So yeah, average. I agree with the 6.
Oh yeah, Pogba's.
Pogba can get out of this club. I don't want him on a football pitch. I don't want him
Oh.
wearing a United shirt ever again. I never ever want to see Pogba play again.
Okay,
If
no,
Pogba is playing a United shirt, he's playing for the under 21s, and that's it. He does not belong in this club anymore. He did absolutely nothing. He offered less than what Van de Beek offers.
That's true. I
Who's
agree with
chilling
that.
on the bench.
I agree with that. Yeah.
He gets a 0 from me, and we move. He's not allowed in a United shirt ever again.
no, I respect
He
it.
offered jack
I
shit.
respect it
Get out of
also,
my
but that's what it's all about, boys. Fan opinion, Like I said, I'm a big Pogba fan, but like what he did,
I honestly think if we played Van de Beek team, we might have won.
I also
we would've
think. I
changed
think.
it.
I think so as
I
well.
think so
I
as well.
genuinely think
I
We'll
think
get
it's
there
simple as
earlier.
that. Yeah. I think it's as simple as that. You played Donny van de Beek, we probably would have had a better chance of winning.
Yeah.
How this man is so disrespected in this club is unbelievable. My heart breaks for Donny van de Beek. It's ridiculous. I can understand if he was literally an out and out 10, and Bruno is his competition, but he's not. So it's ridiculous. But yeah, we move. Pastor Fred. Oh, boys. Hey, this man is quality. This man is quality. He's only getting better and better. He ended KDB's career, by the way, today. I don't know if you guys seen it. That turn on KDB. Oh, ended.
That's great.
Career ended. KDB, he fell on his ass. It is nah. It is over. It's over. Fred is like, I'm not having it. Wah, gone, and he's gone. Tenacious as always. Defensively, he's worked. You can see he's worked on it. So it's great. Today his first touch didn't let him down, and his passing on point again. I would say 70%. Of his passes went to the player. So I don't believe that's that, but I'm just saying in my head.
94
There we go. 94 pass
success rate.
success rate.
So
So it just says it. It's literally So Fred, and I just say how important. If we had Fred in the Leipzig game, we would have definitely lost a lot of pressure because Fred will get you out of that press. He will get you out of that press. So yeah, I only applaud Fred. I love Pastor Fred. So yeah, I thought it was a great performance today. I'm gonna give him a 7.
Yeah, no. I think we found a CDM. I don't think we need to go in the market and buy a CDM anymore, to be honest. I think he's here. I think, as you say, always tenacious. He's good against the high press, and he just does his thing. Defensively, I think it's the one thing I've noticed. It's improved a lot. I remember last season, he was very tenacious, but the defensive side was still getting there. It's clear, as you say, that he's been working on it. And yeah, I was very worried when he
When he was almost
seemed to have
injured. Yeah.
injury problems.
Me also.
I was very worried. But a good performance and another tie for man of the match. Oh, not man of the match. Another 1 and 7.5 for me.
Fred had a good game. I just that injury when he got that knock. I just watched him struggle for so long, and it was just so painful to watch.
It was panic.
But other than that, yeah, it was good. I do not think he is our CDM moving forward. Just to be clear, I do not think he is that. I think he is so much better in that box-to-box role.
Nah, yeah.
I think that's where he shines. I think we need a DM, and we played Fred, Donny, Bruno, and Diamond. I think that moving forward is just out of this world good
Same.
with a
I
proper
agree.
out-and-out DM. But yeah, Fred is good today still, nonetheless. I just can't get over how bad he played with the injury. So he still gets a 6.5 from me. A little bit
Interesting.
harsh. A little bit harsh.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm just glad.
Honestly, I didn't think it impacted him that much.
Yeah. I'm just glad Freddy's okay, Last thing we want is
Yeah,
Freddy. Because,
exactly.
again, Fred might just seem like a normal player. But then even Matic is going to come on, please. It won't even be a Tony Van de Beek. That's how bad it is. So I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. So, it is what it is. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno. This 6, by the way, is the best rating out of all of them because that's a Bruno
So
6.
Johnny, he is so magical. He just disappeared today.
That's exactly how it is.
Oh my god.
But he really didn't though. I think Bruno was very frustrated. Obviously, they put they put Rodri and Fernandinho on Bruno job today. That's what Pep did. I thought it was very smart from Pep. But if you ask me who had the more louder game between Bruno and KDB, I thought it was Bruno. I thought KDB was a bit worse off. Boy, where did KDB's
Stop
shots?
with the
Where
bias.
no, but where did it go? Where did his
Stop
shots
with
go?
the bias.
I think he needs to go fetch. He at least put 5 balls outside our stadium. He needs to go fetch those first of all, right? Second of all, I don't
Man.
care about KDB. This is a United fan
you like
channel, so he can get lost. But Bruno Fernandes, I'm on Bruno Fernandes. Guys, without him, this is what happens. Without him, this is what happens. Nothing happens. And even when he wasn't here, the free kick, he played that ball to Rashford and Greenwood, and again, the decision making from Rashford and Greenwood, awful. He could have had 2 assists again. He could have had 2 assists if Rashford had
He
a
should
break.
have had a goal as well.
And he should have had a goal, yeah. He should have had a goal as well. It's just, that Lindelof through ball to Bruno. I honestly thought he was gonna hit it to perfection in the roof of that net.
So did I,
But
Gwen.
yeah, he nearly gave me a heart attack with that shot. I was like, oh my god. But yeah, it wasn't Bruno's best game. Obviously, for Bruno's standards, it's a goal or an assist a game, or even both in a game. So that's Bruno's standards. But yeah, I still thought he wasn't bad. I thought if anything was gonna happen, it was coming from Bruno. So yeah, I'm just giving Bruno a Bruno 6.
Yeah, no, I was very surprised with the 2 holding midfielders. I did not expect Pep to do that. And I don't know if it's an evolution of football, but then I see these top managers nowadays are very fearful of the counter attack. I've seen them again. I've seen even Klopp play the 2 because of that. Maybe it was more because of Van Dijk not playing, but then managers who really never ever played the 2 nowadays on some games are willing to say, I'm going to play 2 holding midfielders, sacrifice some of my attack just to be more defensive. And I guess it's justified with Klopp because we break them in the past in the counter. And they did mark Bruno Fernandes out of the game. He was nowhere to be seen today. And I'd have to disagree. I think De Bruyne did get more of the ball. Yes, he did sky a couple of chances. But I think he did make more chances.
A couple, boy. He's got a lot. He could have won that game for
Oh my
City.
gosh.
He could have won that game for City.
Yeah.
But he didn't. If that was Bruno, maybe.
Okay.
But
Bruno skied a couple of chances as well. Maybe
Yeah,
not
true.
as clear, but then.
So we are joined by a Man City fan, Malotto.
Yeah, but look, it was a bad game. We can't color it in any way. So I'm gonna give him a 5.5, which pains me because it's Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, just that simple right now, in all honesty. Was mostly marked out of the game when he got the ball. He was put under a lot of pressure, and he was forced to play those short 1-2s. And some of the time when he actually did get that ball through, just nothing came of it, sadly. I think he had 2 chances where he could have shot. The first time he took too many touches and they regrouped, and then the second time was the Lindelof ball over the top where he just hit it first time and he missed it. Unfortunately, could have quite controlled it. But yeah,
But once again,
high from Bruno.
yeah. Once again, as much as the 4-2-3-1 is very good defensively, and that's why Mourinho has always played this formation. Offensively in the midfield, it really worries me because you're playing with one offensive player in the midfield, unless you have a really good player to be box to box behind them. And Pogba can't really do that, not consistently enough. Don probably would have been able to do it, but always didn't play him. So when you're in a team where you don't have CDMs who are very good at that, it's all reliant on that one player, and it becomes so easy.
It's Bruno Fernandes FC is what this team is.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what we are. We've been saying this for the past few games, and for the past 2 weeks it's happened. It's been a reality. Bruno's been marked out of the game, and we've struggled. Pogba struggled throughout the game because just put 2 men on Pogba. He panics. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
Pogba is so bad under pressure. It is ridiculous because I saw it again today. I see it every game with Pogba. I'm like, it's fine. He'll do something. No, he's just shit. He can't handle pressure whatsoever. You'll overturn possession 9 out of 10 of those times, and you're
Yeah.
pressured by just one more player.
Guys,
Just two
you
people.
know, the thing is at the end of the day, we need Donny with Bruno. That's what we want. That's what we want, and we'll be happy.
Donny,
But,
Bruno,
Donny,
Fred.
Bruno,
Go,
Fred.
let's
Yeah,
go.
that's it. That's it. That's the midfield.
Yeah.
But yeah, ish.
For me, Fred and CDM, two quality centre backs. We're moving. You know?
Yeah.
Just play your 4-2-3-1, two box to boxes that are quality defending and attacking. Donny
Yeah,
and
like
Fred.
Donny and Fred, even, yeah.
It's that simple. When we played it the one time, it
I
worked
don't want the
beautifully.
4-2-3-1
Played
at
it once.
Manchester United anymore.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
But
a
yeah.
preference thing. I just want the 4-3-3. I want us to move to that eventually.
I also,
4-2-3-1 is
And I want to see
technically
Fred in
just
the
an
CDM.
adaptation of the 4-3-3, so if you want to be technical, we are playing a 4-3-3.
yeah, but it's not. the
Yeah,
right-
but it depends on
It's,
who you play
know,
and how you
I
play.
always think the 4-2-3. I know it's like it's the go-to formation of the time, but like I said, it's a coward 4-3-3. It's not my 4-3-3. Yeah, it is
Yeah, we are
not.
playing.
It is not the 4-3-3 god formation. But you need quality players to play that formation. You just can't play that 4-3-3
You do.
without quality. You know,
You
you
do.
just can't.
You've
So,
seen
you know,
Barca try
quality
keep
of the
it
thing.
Nope, we don't.
in the
we
last
don't
year,
have a
so
CDM. We don't
it
have
just
centre backs.
hasn't
We have
worked.
no quality to play 4-3-3 like that. There's no ways.
We've seen Busquets and Barca try hold it in the 4-3-3 in the past 2 years or so, and it's been a disaster when they come up against teams who are really aggressive.
Yeah.
So you need that quality.
Yeah, you do. And plus, I don't trust it. Even if we had Ndidi, I don't trust Ndidi to protect Maguire and Lindelof. You know, I don't trust those two. So
No one could protect Maguire and Lindelof.
yeah, no one can
can.
protect it. Yeah, no one. No, not even can. Yeah, you know.
Well, you don't play to protect them, you play to attack.
Okay, yeah,
Like the United way, let's
you,
put it
you
that
can,
way.
you can. But like I said,
United way. Yeah.
4-2-3-1. It is what it is. But yeah, Clay, your Bruno rating again?
6.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
I guess it's like, sorry, before we move on, I guess it's like, you might lose anyway. So how do you want to play in this situation? I'd rather us be scoring gang goals and conceding more than us being cowardly. I'd rather be Liverpool conceding 50 than being a very
Yeah.
defensive team.
same. I'd rather win a game 4-3 than 1-0, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
Exactly. So it is what it is. You know, there's a bias to attacking football, anyways. And United are known for attacking football. But yeah, the strikers today, boys. When you don't have a Martial or Cavani, boys, it's so late. It's so late. None of Rashford and Greenwood can't hold the ball to save their lives. They just don't want to pass to each other. I don't know why. They just don't like passing to each other. They just don't have the brain to do it. They just shoot. It can be from the halfway line, and Rashford and Greenwood will shoot. You best believe they're gonna pull the trigger and hope, because that's what it is. They'll run, they'll counter. They're very good for that. But other than that, they don't offer us nothing. And like again, what did they do today? Bruno gave them a chance each. Greenwood messed it up. Rashford messed it up. So. And Martial came on so late, so it is what it is. So yeah, I think they're both similar performance, so that's why I gave them both 5. Like they were probably non-applicable today, and it wasn't their fault necessarily. But I'm just saying, today's performance, it was just 5 below average.
Yeah, no, I think lack of creativity from midfield would lead to that. And on top of that, they're not the most intelligent players, if you like. So yeah, no, I think 5 is the right grading.
No complaints from me. I agree. 5s, both.
Yep.
Just that's
There's nothing much. It wasn't a striker, masterclass today. Far from it, actually. So we get to, the man of the hour, the most controversial manager in United history, boys. And that's, the boy, OGS, Ori. What are we saying, boys? What are we saying? Moloti, would you like to go first on this one, boy?
1, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 1, I guess. It's
Wow.
poor. Tactically nothing. Late subs. Played
He
McTominay.
made a single change.
Literally.
A
Did he?
single change. He
You
brought
only brought
Martial.
on Martial, boy. Yeah, that's it.
That was it. He brought on only Martial today. Van de Beek didn't touch the pitch.
Let's say. Either says you're playing for the draw or you are retarded. It says one of those two. Because we need players come on to change the game. If you don't bring them on, if it's not working, how the heck do you expect the game to change? Like, Ole's just out of his depth. Ole just needs to get fired. There's no way back from this. And we're just poor. We play like a scared team. We do not play like Manchester United. And I don't have anything more
That's
to be honest.
yeah.
It was
That's
spoke my best.
I'm giving Pep a one also. Just to be clear. He had one job today, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, Ali
I
played
agree
with
because he has so much.
Yeah.
And Imolot is lagging a little bit. Yeah.
Riches to his disposal, so he should be doing.
Yeah. I got the gist of what you said, but yeah, Clay. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah. So for me, I think he went in with the same mentality they did with the Chelsea game. Just let's draw this game and let's move. That felt like that was the extent of the team talk. Like, boys, don't stress, just keep the defense tight, and yeah, it's just vibe. No, we're happy with it. Let's go. I feel like that was his game plan. I felt like he didn't really know how to structure the attack today. I don't know why you choose Paul Pogba again, because again, this man may as well have just lit a Manchester United jersey on fire in front of Old Trafford, in front of 60,000 fans. That's basically how bad Paul Pogba's situation is, and
Yeah.
he still plays him.
It's almost
If
like
you
Paul
are a
Pogba.
United player,
Yeah.
you should know the
Ollie's
value of that
basically
man.
saying that Paul
Can't.
Pogba is bigger than Manchester United. And
Exactly.
Take him
he's
apart.
playing
He's
Paul
100.
Pogba to save his job. Is what it looks like. So yeah.
Yeah, and he's not even.
Yeah.
The issue is
And
Paul Pogba isn't even playing well. If
Exactly.
Pogba was playing well, then you could justify it somewhat. Pogba's playing shit.
mm,
He's doing nothing, and he has a
yeah.
Van de Beek on the bench who does the Pogba job
That's the
better.
biggest problem. He's got the Van de Beek on the
Yeah.
bench.
You've got
Like-
the players to replace him. I don't understand what this is.
What does Ole have against Van de Beek? Like, we need to find out. What did Van de Beek do to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? And I guess the argument is that he wanted Grealish, and it's not the player he wanted. But then you don't do that, You use him. So, yeah, and I just remembered when Clay said it was like Chelsea. There's a theme growing here. Last season, we play like this. Teams would come at us and we finish on the counter. But these managers are stupid. They've learned.
Yeah.
Chelsea, they played 2 CDMs as well. They were very defensive, and it just nullifies us. And if the other team not good enough, they also won't score. It's no. Arsenal as well. They played defensive because they knew we were going to be defensive. It just nullified our gameplay, and Ole can't do anything about it because Ole doesn't know what to do about it. And when he tries to play offensively, not good enough to organize this team with average players to do that. So what does that say? That says you're not good enough to be at this club.
But we don't have average players. How can you say Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, Martial, Fred, and Donny van de Beek are average players?
No, but offensively, the problem is the defense. The defense is average.
Offensively, the problem is the defense.
Yes, offensively, playing offensively, the defense becomes a problem because we can't maintain it, and we can see on the counter.
But we're going in with the wrong mentality, though. That's the main issue with Oli. He's not playing. He's playing. I don't want anything to happen to the defense. I don't know how to attack because I don't want everybody out of position so they can attack us and leave us vulnerable. But if he went, we're gonna play offense is the best defense and just go at their throats 24/7, the United
Yeah,
way.
that's what I'm saying. And
We
I
would be
prefer
fine.
that.
Yeah,
I
that's
prefer
the point.
But one, he's scared, and two, he's clearly not good enough to do it. We've
Yeah.
we've seen him try to do this, and I think the biggest severe another big example was Spurs. When we play offensively, it's so easy to pick us apart. So instead of being persistent about it, doing it game in game out, and thinking that the team will adapt, I think he realizes that he just can't do it, and he's going with the 2 CDMs
As
and
well,
playing
this is the
defensive.
third week in a row that we've changed formation and changed personnel. This is the third week in a row.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. How can you do that? How can you, as manager of Manchester United, go, I'm going to be a
4-2-3-1,
reactive manager?
Diamond, Pack 5, Diamond. That was the last 4 games.
Who was
Yeah.
saying that he got sacked for that at Cardiff? Was it you guys or was I watching some?
No, I think
football
you're
team?
watching it because I remember hearing it as well. It isn't us though. Yeah.
Then they were saying he got fired for it because he was Tinkerman and he
Yeah.
kept tinkering every week.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
honestly.
But yeah, Clay, what you giving Oli?
2. That's
Yeah.
generous.
So at least he got better than I got again.
Yeah. Now, if you're asking me, right, I would have given Oli a 5. But he played Pogba, -1. He didn't play Donny, -1. What else he did? Draw is okay, I guess. Change the formation, -1. I agree with Clay. I think a 2 is justified. I think a 2 is justified for Oli. Yeah.
I would have given it a 4 if it wasn't for Pogba. In all honesty, that's where I'm genuinely at.
Yeah, I mean that's why I gave him
But
minus
giving
points.
him
Like,
a
yeah.
pick
Yeah.
again.
It's just not okay.
It's
Not
we lost to City with these manager ratings, but you know, it just
Yeah.
shows. It just literally shows. But yeah, I agree with Malota. I'm glad Malota sees it. It's either one, he's just not. Yeah, it's either one that you know he's on something, or two, he's retarded. It's one of those things, you know, boys. So yeah, he survives though. He survives. You know who is like? Actually, I'm not even gonna compare it to that because that's a violation, and he's one of my favorite characters. So I'm not gonna compare it to that. But yeah,
He's like Sam Allardyce.
Big Sam. I would actually rather have Big Sam, to be honest. So
If I was Podge,
That's right, yeah.
I'd approach United and be like, "What are you doing? Like, I'm
I'm like,
available."
give me the job. Actually, just
Available.
give me the job for 1 week, and then let's see. You can decide.
Yeah.
That's that. You know, I feel sorry for Poch because I know he's waiting for United, and today was again a
It
chance.
is.
There was a chance that it could have happened if he lost today, and it doesn't. This guy's like, nope. Maguire's like, nope. Bruno's like, nope.
Yeah.
We're not losing today. We are not losing today. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
honestly, guys, if you're Ollie out, I wouldn't say obviously we want him out as soon as possible, right? If you're Ollie out, but I think it's looking good for us. I think he is gonna sack himself in every club. I just think the board, honestly, if you want a realistic time where Ollie's gonna get fired, is when Champions League is not there. Then kiss Ollie goodbye. So yeah, as long as we're still in Europa, as long
What's
as
the
we're still in
point
top
of that?
four, but this is the reality of the situation. As long as we're still in top four and Europa, Ollie's staying in this job.
You know, that
And these
exposes
results.
them. Clearly, all they're worried about is the 50 million they're getting from Champions League.
No, but that's
All
that's
the
what it
way.
is. Yeah, that's what it is. So that's the reality of the situation. You know, it goes Glazers out in priority first. For me, it's Glazers out, then Ollie, then probably Paul Pogba now because you know, and then probably Maguire and Lindelof take them also. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah,
It is what it is, boys. Yeah, it is what it is.
We move, boys.
But games are coming thick and fast. When's our next game? I just want to be quick.
3 days time.
So yeah, 3 days time. So match preview again. I don't know who we're playing next, but you know, I completely. It's Sheffield. I think it's Sheffield. Sheffield then Leeds. So yeah, we will check you guys very soon. That was your Manchester United versus Manchester City match reaction. And yeah, so if you're new to the channel, like I said, please do consider subscribing, to smash the like button, all those good things. You know, we appreciate all of you ones. Also, thank you for 90 plus subscribers. You know, we've been wanting that for a long time. Road to 100. You know, we keep moving, keep growing. We won't be there without you guys, with the help of you guys. So yeah, appreciate it all. Love you guys, and yeah, we will check you very soon in our next Manchester United preview.